CFR Network, CFR News. Good day, good night, all. Welcome back. As you can see, I have some feminine energy with me. Coach Marci, welcome to the broadcast, young lady. Please introduce yourself to the world.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm Coach Marci. I am the owner and CEO of Phoenix Tribe Fitness, health and nutrition specialist. I work with busy parents, mostly women, helping women balance their hormones, dealing with menopause, dealing with hot flashes, dealing with crazy husbands. No, I'm just kidding.
That may be a little extra.
Extra. No, but I do help busy parents and moms try to take back their life and their hormones, because after children, it becomes really difficult, especially after the age of 40, to lose weight, to just kind of run the house. I just did a live today inside of one of my groups that I have for my moms, where I talked about hot flashes, and I know how difficult it can be and challenging for women to deal with it. I personally haven't experienced it yet, but I also think because I eat well and I do all the things that I tell my clients or my followers to do, and I've been doing it for so long that I don't experience certain symptoms, which thank goodness that I don't, except for when I drink, and then I experience all the symptoms.
The old liqueur. Yes. What is your tipple? What is your favorite?
Honestly, I love me some good tequila. I love tequila, and I can drink that's like a straight out of the bottle, honey.
Okay.
Tequila, prosecco, really good champagne, and then every now and then I'll do like a red or a white. But my main two to go to are tequila and prosecco.
Okay, so no dark rums or whiskeys or cognacs.
The only time I do a dark liquor like a whiskey or scotch is when I'm sick, because I put it in a hot toddy. So I make my own hot toddies, and this is where the alcoholism comes in. And I use that word very loosely. I'm kidding.
Of
But
course.
so I end up using Theraflu.
Explain that. I've never heard of that. I don't think we get that
So
over here.
Theraflu, you guys probably call it something different. It's just little granules, right? And you put it inside of hot water, and it becomes like this medicinal drink that you can drink, and it helps with your symptoms, right?
Okay.
You guys may call it something different. I'll have to ask my
Yes.
client out there what it's called, because I have a client in the UK. And so I end up putting like I do a free pour, but you're supposed to do like a couple, like a shot. I do like a really
Yeah.
slow count.
Get it all in there.
And so I mix my medicinal purposes, right, of being healthy and trying to get rid of like the symptoms and make me feel better faster. And then I'll put my whiskey inside of that. But that is literally the only time I do darks. I am not a dark fan at all. One, it's got too much sugar in it.
I need to say that. I knew you was coming from a health standpoint. So as soon as you said and you ask, oh, it's the clear stuff. Yes, I understand where we're going. No, it's good. It's good. And having the knowledge is power, as they say. Some people can't really relate to that. But when you, again, just looking at your lifestyle, if you are someone who indulges in alcohol, just making that little switch can be a big difference, right?
Yeah, it absolutely can. And don't get me wrong, I used to drink dark all the time. But yeah, once I learned and I got into nutrition really heavily, I understood the impact and all of it. Honestly, liquor literally is empty calories. So if you are going to indulge the way that I do, you just got to be smart about it, right? Like I'm at a point where I'm not training for anything, so drinking is part of my life right now, right? But if I'm training for something very specific, I cut it completely out because I know the benefits of not drinking at all are going to have on me. But right now, like it's Friday night, honey, I'm about to go get me some tequila once I get off with you.
Yeah, it's the Shabbat, almost over on your neck of the woods across the pond. But yes, indeed. Yes,
Yeah.
it's time to let loose, for the 9 to 5ers, Monday to Friday. And but you're a business owner, so it's not a 9 to 5, Monday to Friday kind of thing. But you still gotta let your hair down. You still gotta treat yourself, never cheat yourself.
Yeah.
And we'll be in a position where you are. So before we get more into yourself. you mentioned like the menopause and stuff, and I'm really interested about that. I've got lots of friends and family who are at that age bracket, um, the hot flushes and stuff. What are some of the things that they can do dietary wise, exercise wise to mitigate some of this?
So honestly, first and foremost, you want to change your mindset, right? Most people really want to go to drugs first and foremost, and as always, talk to your practitioner, right? Because you want to get your hormones checked just to see where your levels are at to make sure that you're doing the right thing. But from my standpoint, if you're incorporating vitamin E, vitamin C, I think it's vitamin D, eating lots of dark green veggies, right? Sweet potatoes, yams, get
Mm,
rid of white foods. So when I say white foods, there's a caveat to that when I say it. I'm talking like long grain white rice or white potatoes. Now, white potatoes in moderation, because who doesn't like some tater tots or some potatoes in the morning? But I'm talking about like long grain. All of that stuff has been stripped of all of its nutrients and then they're
yes.
added back in. It's like, well, why'd you take them out in the first dang place? Like, I'm confused, you
Mm,
know?
mm.
So when I say there's a caveat to having white foods, I do personally jasmine white rice and basmati.
Yes, that's beautiful.
They
Basmati.
both
Mm,
have protein in it. One, I think basmati has got 4 grams and jasmine's got 3 grams. It could be
okay.
reversed. Don't quote me on that, but they both have protein. So, and they're good for you. If you look at the Easterners, right? You look at anybody over in Asia, they eat rice on a constant basis, but they're not eating anything long grain.
Mm,
Right?
mm.
They're eating stuff that they are harvesting themselves, and it's usually jasmine or basmati rice. So you can do stuff of that sort. You want slow metabolizing carbs, such as like I just said, jasmine rice, yams. You definitely you want to get out and get some exercise in because studies have proven that if you're exercising let's just keep it on the minimum side. If you're exercising 3 to 4 days out of the week, your hot flashes or women's hot flashes are going to be less than, and they're going to be less as intense.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So for women and like the women that I know that are in my group, they're not doing that. So that's what I'm encouraging them to do. And again, like I said, I don't experience this stuff, but I've been working out for who knows how long. Like I've lost count at this point, right? Like I've never really taken a longer break than 2 weeks, out of my working out. So vitamin E supplements also help. Dark green veggies. You can also do natural supplements. I think it's called DIM. It's such a long Latin name that I can't pronounce it, but it's called DIM, where some of them have like soy inside of it, which are really good for estrogen too.
Estrogen, yes.
Right. And that's what we're losing as we get older, right? Us women, we're losing all that. That's where the crazy comes in, where the hot flashes come in, the irritability, wanting to sit down to drink or have caffeine and things of that sort. But those are the things that you got to kind of stay away from because they also increase the chances and likelihood of having more hot flashes, caffeine, alcohol,
Yeah.
uh, and spicy foods.
Oh,
I know.
as a Caribbean person, like we like our spice and
I know. I get it. I'm the same way. I love hot sauce. Salsa, hot sauce, those are my go-to. Those are like if I can marry them together and just be in love with them forever, I would. So I get it, right? But again, if you're not doing other things to kind of combat,
combat it.
uh,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, then that's going to create it because think about what, the capian or hot sauce does, right? It creates heat.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And if you're already going through that and you just ate something hot or you're drinking a glass of wine or you're having a margarita, it's going to exasperate what you're already feeling. I
Mm.
know, it sucks. Yeah. Yeah,
It makes
totally.
sense. It makes sense though. Now you're saying it, it does make sense. Obviously, I don't experience this, but I can see the after effects and
Yeah,
the irritability and stuff. So that's
I know. Yeah. So and the only time that I've experienced it is for me, if I am drinking too close to bedtime, I end up waking up in a puddle of sweat. That's the only time I'll experience anything remotely close to having hot flashes.
and when you say drinking, is that alcohol or are you just saying
Yeah,
drinking?
drinking. Yeah,
Ah,
drinking alcohol. Yeah.
okay.
So I've learned. So now I cut myself off between like 4 and 6. Like I won't drink anything after that because I'm usually in bed by like 9 or 10,
Yeah.
Monday, Sunday through Thursday. And then I just kind of flush my system out with a ton of water.
Sounds very simple. Sounds very simple, but nothing in life is simple, and we need to make these slow incremental steps to create a regime and a ritual. So this then becomes a habit, and then it's not a chore. And when we enjoy it and we see the benefits, it's like, well, of course it makes sense. This is why I'm doing it. This is the goal. But when you put all of these barriers and I've got this small window to do it, you're putting so much higher expectations on yourself. You've just gotta let it be, plan it out as much as you can. I mean, sometimes obviously goal orientation is an excellent thing to have. But
Mhm.
when we're talking about bodies, mums, parents, work life, I mean, if you have a luxury of having a husband, which is very rare these days, or a partner, because these societies are quite different these days, where they're the main breadwinner and you can stay at home, and be the house mother like it was back in the day kind of thing. You will have potentially a little bit more time so you
Yeah.
can work on self because we're in this, especially in the wilderness of North America, as I call it. You
Mhm.
guys, it's just go, 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 go,
That's the
go, go,
problem.
go.
That's the problem because that's all we do. We live to work. We don't work to live.
Mm.
Yeah. I know. I know, right? Yeah.
So how did you come to this point where you thought, okay, I've been young. I've lived life. I thought I was grown, and I'm not living a good, healthy lifestyle of sorts. Let's invest in me personally rather than just enjoying the three-dimensional world. When was that point for you where you kind of woke up?
So I think it was like right around 2009. I knew that I was not at my best. I constantly was going to doctors. I kept seeing gastroenterologists because something was going on inside of me. So we're all family here. When I say that I had like the stinkiest gas, like I felt like a rat died inside of me that gave birth to dead babies that ate batshit. Like it was disgusting, right? And I'm
Wow.
like, and my grandmother passed from colon cancer. So my mind immediately goes to,
Yeah.
I'm dying from the inside.
Yeah. You go to the negative rather than, yeah, of course, of course.
And so I kept seeing gastroenterologists and they kept giving me pills. They put me on, they said that I had SIBO, which is small intestine bacteria overgrowth. And then they put me on pills, which took care of it for like 2 weeks. But who wants to live your life like that? Then I was told to do the FODMA, the food FODMAP diet, where they take away almost every single thing in your life, right? Anything that causes, anything that may cause any sort of gas. So think broccoli, cauliflower, eggplants, things of that sort, right?
Fiber and stuff, basically.
Right. And so I'm like, well, wait a minute. Now where am I getting this fiber? Oh, we'll take this fiber drink. Well, wait the
Yeah, yeah. Make me more independent, dependent, sorry, on yourselves rather than looking at what the Most High has created and picking from the earth and, supplementing where necessary.
Wow. So, I mean, and that wasn't even like really, that was the starting point. That wasn't even the tipping point. I just knew at that point that something else had to go on, right? So I started investigating different foods and then I started taking like supplements to help with like gas, right? It helped for a bit and I thought I was cured, not at all. So
Mm.
then as I kept going on, I realized that I needed to do other things just besides quote unquote taking these supplements. I needed to become active. Like I had aches and pains. I was foggy. I couldn't think properly. Don't ask me to run anywhere. If somebody was chasing me, I would have been the first one dead, honey. Like I had no kind
Yeah.
of I didn't have
Physicality.
about my own body. Do you know what I
Hmm.
mean? About how I was able to move. So I ended up walking into a gym. I walked into a gym and I was like, hey, I want some training. And so I got training and that trainer kicked my ass.
As they should. Any real trainer will. That's exactly what their job is to do.
He kicked my booty so bad. And then I was like, I like it.
Mm,
Now,
mm.
mind you, I've always been an athletic like child, like because back in the day, right, where we were outside, we were running around. So I've had some sort of athleticism. You know, I was on the
Muscle
basketball.
memory.
Right, absolutely. So for me, it wasn't that difficult to get back into it. It was challenging, don't get me wrong, right? It wasn't like a piece, oh, I'm gonna do this and be, honey.
Yeah.
But I also understood that this was good for me,
Hmm.
right? That this was something that I needed. Like it hurt, but it felt good at the same token. Again,
Yes.
still wasn't like that. That wasn't the tipping point. I had to keep going. Like, so I just started going into the gym and started doing group fitness classes. And then I was like, well, maybe this is, and I was at a point where I was like, what do I want to do with myself? Right. Like, I got tired of doing what I was doing before. What am I going to do with myself now? Like, I can't go on this path. Like, this is
Yeah.
not where I want to go. And I was like, I should become a trainer. I like helping people. I
Yes.
really enjoy helping people. And people kept asking me, they saw that I started to lose a little weight. They were like, what are you doing? Can you help me? Can you do? I'm like, I'm not a trainer. Maybe I should be. So that
Yes.
was really kind of where that's how it progressed. You know what I mean? It
Yes.
wasn't like overnight. And then I just remember I got my certification, I got hired, I became a group fitness instructor, I became a trainer. All of this happened within like 3 months at the beginning of 2010. Like me getting my certification took like 6 to 9 months. But me
Oh, I was
getting
gonna
hired, no,
say.
no, 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 no,
Oh,
no, no.
yeah.
Me getting hired was like me getting hired as a group fitness instructor, then getting hired as a trainer, all happened within 3 months. Um,
Wonderful.
and I never looked back. I've always just kind of kept moving forward, you know what I mean? And
Mm.
then I dived in more into nutrition because I realized
Hand in
nutrition
hand.
is key.
Mm.
It's nutrition is king, fitness is queen.
Yeah.
Together they make a kingdom, right? Because, and the reason why I say that is, I don't know if you've ever noticed, like people are like, oh, I work out, da, 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 da. Okay, but what are you eating? Because your
Mm.
body has not changed. What are you
Mm.
doing in private when you go home to eat?
DoorDash, and all the rest of the stuff. That's what's happening. They're not going home, cutting up any vegetable. The most they'll probably do is get one of the bottles, put the protein powder in there, or the pre-workout or the after-workout, put some water, shake it up, maybe put a little bit of cocoa powder or whatever their little thing is. Yeah, yeah, that's it. And then
No, the
they're all
new
doing
thing now is Ozempic, honey.
okay.
That's the new thing now. Nobody wants to take any accountability for learning how to eat properly. They all just want to do the weight loss diabetes drug.
Well, it's not. I'm not surprised. I'm not
It's
surprised.
it's baffling to me. So listen to this. Okay, this is the side note. So I was gonna make a post, and I'm going to my client that I just finished training. I trained her virtually. She's like, "Oh, have you heard of this new suit called the EMC suit? I think it's called EMC." What the fudge is that? She was
Yeah.
like, it's a suit you put on. I looked it up. It's a suit you put on, and they have you ever been to a chiropractor and they put like the TENS unit on you where it vibrates your muscles and it
Yes.
stimulates it?
Yes.
So just imagine a whole suit like that.
That
They've
don't
got
sound
these
right.
patches of like where the main muscles at, your chest, your abdominals, your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, your triceps, your biceps. I just looked it up literally 30 minutes ago before we and I got on. And people are doing that. They're hiring a trainer to come out 3 times a week, right? To do 20 minutes,
Oh gosh.
20 minutes worth of working out and taking Ozempic. And these are people that don't need it, mind you.
This is so we can go to Tiffany's and have brunch and say, "Oh my gosh, my trainer, you never guess what? I mean, he was here for 25 minutes today, girl."
That's that BS, if you ask me. And I'm like, how do you, for me, that just seems, and now if you need Ozempic or anything in that sort, great. I've had clients that are on it. And even then, the whole idea is to still teach them how to eat properly. Because
Yes.
all Ozempic is doing is just reducing your appetite. It's not teaching you shit.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's
They're
a
not
crutch.
doing, it's a crutch. So what happens when you stop taking it? You've learned absolutely exactly. You've learned nothing.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
that's why nutrition is so important.
it really is, and it's important that real people who are serious about it, not trying to peddle products at the side of it, suits and all kinds of different stuff. Just a real honest training and nutrition. That's all people. There's no magic. There's no magic pills. There's no slimming tea. There's no waist trainers endorsed by your favorite so and so. It's hard work. It's sweat. It's determination. It's grit, and it's being persistent.
Yeah, that's it.
Persistent and consistency are part of the keys to success.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is. And people don't want it, you know? And I'm not the one to ever say that it's easy because it's not, but it becomes easier because you become stronger,
Mm,
right?
mm.
That's what happens. Like I personally love going into the gym and seeing that I'm now back to almost my of having 3 plates on each side doing leg presses. Like I love that. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, that to
Yeah.
me is amazing. Now everybody has different goals, right?
Yes.
For me to be able to do a chest press with 30-pound dumbbells, I love that.
That's
Love
good.
it. Oh, I love it. Love it. Yeah.
On an incline. You do on an incline as well?
I do it on the incline.
Woo! Congratulations. I was well saying that. Scrolling through your wonderful Instagram page, you've competed, I take it. Yes.
Yeah.
Walk us through that journey.
That was amazing. It was, I did it when my first one was at 35. I did bikini. I trained myself. My ex-boyfriend at the time was also a trainer. So he and I kind of collaborated together. I did my nutrition. He helped me with my workouts. I came in 10th. It was the most amazing 10th place that I've ever had.
It's the whole process though, right, sis? It's the whole process.
It was the process for me. Like, just kind of learning again how food affects the body and what things make. And this is how I got deeper into nutrition and then finally decided to go back to school for nutrition because I realized that certain foods, just because they're healthy, doesn't mean that they're good for you.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? So for me, I'm super sensitive to like anything like nightshades. So nightshades are like eggplants. That's the only like nightshades are eggplants. What's another one off the top of my head? I can't think of any off the top of my head, but that's red bell peppers, green, all bell peppers. Those are all considered from the nightshade family, and they can cause inflammation, right? Which then there causes gas. I can't eat them, right? Learned that the hard way, right? Because I was
Okay.
eating them, all of a sudden I was like, nope, can't do that. I woke up and I was bloated, right?
Mm.
So people have to figure out what works for them. So when I was going on this journey, I literally cut out a lot of foods that I now to this day still I will not touch. Like I won't touch it. The workouts itself, they were bloody fantastic. I had never worked out like that ever a day in my life. So for me, you know, pushing 90 pounds on the chest, the hammer strength plate, right? That I've never done. Right.
Yeah.
Like it was
Yeah.
amazing. But again, I love that stuff. Now I don't expect everybody to do it, but being on that journey, it teaches you discipline. It teaches you
Yes.
self-control. It teaches you mindset change, and it teaches you to kind of be in tune with your body. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
to delay the reward. Because let me tell you, I went to Cheesecake Factory after that and had like 5 cheesecakes.
I can imagine. Well, okay, then. So explain to some, because I understand some of the process to get to that show physique. You've obviously are you water loading or like how do we shred down to that physique so you can perform?
A lot of cardio. A lot of cardio. Obviously, you're mixing in cardio. I would do fasted cardio in the morning, about an hour, steady state. I would work out anywhere between 90 to 120 minutes during the day. And then I would come back at night and or either right afterwards and do like another 45 to an hour worth of cardio, 5 to 6 days out of the week. It was a lot of cardio. So, because I mean, obviously, cardio as well as weight, as well as
Yeah.
eating food, the right foods, you're gonna slim down, right?
Right.
Again, it is not for the faint of heart. Just the first show that I did when I started taking away carbs, right? Because obviously